This is Jeremy Fulton from Riverside, and welcome to the Media Tech Minute. Today we're going to be talking about the file structure system that we use on our church computer, the Riverside Media Tech computer. Because there's sometimes you might need to find a file, such as a new announcement for Sunday, a guest speaker slide, etc. Then it's not always going to be in there. I can't have everything in advance, and that's just normal. So we have to know how to handle that, right? All right, so let's dive in. As you can see, this is our normal ProPresenter interface. And just a quick review, we have over here, this is our display, which will be behind us and also in front of us. We have our macros, our timers, we have our sound, we have messages, stage displays, and props. A lot of these we'll cover in other videos. Main display here, we have the show, we have our edit module, our reflow. We don't use Bibles, so we stay in the show for this. And so we're going to go through our order of service and planning center, and we get to the announcements part. And we see that we need a growth track announcement coming after the moms group. We see we have moms group here, and there's an empty spot here for a slide that doesn't exist in ProPresenter at this point. So the first thing to do is to check if it's already in ProPresenter. So we bring the mouse up to click on media up here to bring up our media bins. And up here we have our playlist. They used to be called media bins, so please excuse me if I use the word media bin. So our media playlist. One that you see a lot is song backgrounds, and these are all the motion ones. We have our announcements, sermon graphics for the things that we use week to week with Dave or other sermons, countdown timers, opening and closing slides, guest sermon slides that we'll put in here. We have other things in here going forth, which we're not going to get into today, another video. So we navigate to our announcements folder, and we're looking for a growth track slide because we don't have one, and I don't see it in here. So now we have to import it into ProPresenter. So we come over here to Finder. So for you Windows people, this is the equivalent of your Windows Explorer. This little happy face is where we find all of our happy little files. So you click on it, and any window that's already open will pop up in front of you. If you needed a different window or there wasn't one, you can right click and you can do New Finder Window, and that'll bring up another one. So here I have some shortcuts on here. I'm going to close this one out. And AirDrop, we don't need to worry about the big ones. You need to worry about your downloads and your Sunday service media. So all the media that we have for an announcement should be in the Sunday service media. This is a Google Drive folder that synchronizes that all the staff puts everything we need. And this is sort of by date. So we have the temp slideshow, images, but we need to come down here to announcement graphics. Other things you'll look in here for are Tuesday Bible study. So if there's any graphics for Tuesday Bible study, the announcement graphics, ProPresenter documents, these are all of our specifications and guides. Archive is the old stuff in case we need it. Imports are things that I use to bring things in from my home computer. Sound and music, these are any sound effects we want to use. The Sunday sermon gets put in here by Dave. Any videos we're using are in here. And worship pads, these are those pads that you sometimes hear playing during like a prayer and praise night. But today, it's Sunday, we are looking for an announcement graphic. So in the second column, you'll see the file names inside this folder, announcement graphics. And you can click on them and see a preview of what it is over here. Now if you look at the name, you can click and drag this a little bit bigger. You'll see you'll have a name of the announcement and a date that it was added or the date of the event. So in this case, this is the 10th anniversary slide. It was created September of 2024. Growth track is from September of 2024 also, and this is the one we need. Now others might have a specific date on them, like this 10th anniversary with dated 22 September, and that's because that's the last date of any of the events in here. So at this point, this can go away. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it to the archive, and it is no longer in the way here. This one here, it's got a date on it, but it shouldn't be because this one's kind of an evergreen one also. So we come back up here, we find the growth track, and we're going to click on it, hold the click, left click. You're going to drag it down into ProPresenter, and you can put it anywhere in here, and when you see this little teal bar pop up, let go. And there it is. Now you see down here you've got a right pointing arrow, and that means it's got a cue on it to automatically transition when it's clicked in here. So here, 12 seconds after it's clicked, it would bump over and over and over. I'll show you about that in another date, but what that really means, but we do want to get rid of that. So we right click on it, we go to next cue in the middle, and we go all the way up to none, and that gets rid of that. So now we can take this and put it in our announcements. And you can click through and see what they look like on the screen. You can see up here that that's your preview of what's on the screen in front of you. So we go back to here, we see that this is a sign up. It has a QR code. It has, looks like it's okay. I'm looking on the big screen in front of me, and it looks good here. So we're going to click and drag it up. And there's two ways you can do this. If you have an empty window here, you can drag it on top. And if you don't have an empty window, if I just delete this slide, right-click delete, don't worry, it's still here. You just click it and drag it and put it where you see, again, that vertical teal line. And there it is. And you can click on it, make sure it looks good on screen, and that's it. Now, other things you might want to know if you have to download something from the internet, such as you go over to Church Motion Graphics, and over here is right here, and it's usually pinned up here. And say you can click on account page, and you should be signed up, unlock media browser. Doesn't always do this, but say one of the songs has a theme of prayer, and you want to put a prayer-based background on, which you can do. So you're going to type in prayer, or any other thing you can think of, Christmas, whatever. Come down here, we see some packs, we see our motion backgrounds. There's some here, they're not what I'm looking for. We're going to click view all. Scroll down until we see one we like. Oh, there's one, that's a really nice one. So we can click this download folder icon, and it comes over here, and it's going to download and go into our downloads folder. So two places you can find that. We'll go back to ProPresenter. Over here is a shortcut to downloads. You can see it here. Or if you click on Finder, you can go to Downloads and click on it here. And again, we'll add this the way we would add anything else. We'll click over here to Song Backgrounds. We're going to go back to our Finder, bring it on top, click and drag it in here until we see that. And as a background, it loops automatically as a video file, so that's perfectly fine. It comes in just the right way. And then you can drag it on top of a song if you want to put it on top of one of the songs. Say for Psalm 23 you wanted to put that on, we could just click and drag it right on top. Now if you do that, one thing you'll see is you've got this label down here, which on the right would actually show, if I go over to a worship stage this way, which normally it shows up here, that label. So we're going to right click, we're going to go to label and go to none. And then when you fire it again, it's gone. Alright, so say you get a video for a bumper video or something like that. So let's go down to videos, and we're going to go over into here. We're going to look for a video, just as a trial. We'll go to Sunday Service Media. We'll look at this 10th slideshow video file. And we're going to click. We're going to drag it down in here like we would. Now because this is a video, we don't want it to keep looping. You see the looping symbol. So we're going to right click. We're going to go first to behavior instead of to a foreground, so it sits on top. And that's again a topic for another day. Right click, loop behavior, playback behavior to stop. So now we have a video. And if we click it, it will play like a video and play the audio. You can see it playing here. And we can pause it for now. Okay, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. And have a great day.